Hello and welcome back to our C++ tutorial series. I am Akshat Jain and I am a software development engineer. In a previous video, we have discussed about the variables, data types and control flow structures in C++. In this lecture, we are going to move forward with functions and scopes. Functions allow us to create a piece of block into reusable blocks, while scopes are crucial for understanding because it is crucial to understand the variables, visibility and its lifetime. So let's get started and let's talk about functions first. Functions are fundamental building blocks in C++. Okay, they allow us to encapsulate block of code that can be executed in different times throughout the program or throughout its lifetime. Okay, functions help us to improve code organization, readability and its reusability. Now let's start with writing some piece of code to understand what are functions and how do we declare function and how do we define function and all. So let's get started. So since we have to write a function, so first of all there are two types of function. The first is with return type and second is without return type. And what are these? Let's try writing first without return type. So since we have what is return type, I have to tell you about it. I have written int over here and we are returning a integer over here. So this is a function that is with return type. Okay, what is the return type? Int return type. If I write here I will declare a function bool is true, okay, and I will return what I have to return. It is a bool return type function, so I have to return only two things, either true or false. So I will return true over here. Okay, so if how to call a function. Okay, so if I say cout is true and I have to use these two brackets, okay, the round brackets to call a function, and I will just print it. Okay, let's see what does it print. It has to be print 1 because it is returning true, so it is printing 1. So I hope you got an idea, you get an idea about how functions are called and what are with return type function. Some functions have parameters, and what are parameters? If I pass something like int, if I pass 10 here, okay, so I can take int. 10 is an integer, so I will have to take a parameter int. I will say any variable name, say num. Okay, now since we have understood what are conditions, let's try putting conditions over here. If num is greater than 5, return true, else return false. Okay, now since we have passed 10, the num has to be 10. So num is greater than 5, obviously 10 is greater than 5, so it will return true. Let's check. Yes, it is returning true. Let's put minus 10 over here and let's see what does it print. Yes, it is printing 0. So we got an idea about what are parameters and what is return type. We can put any return type over here. Let's suppose say string. If num is greater than 5, print true, return true or return false. Now let's see what happens. Yes, it is printing false since we have passed minus 10. Let's pass 10 over here. It is printing true. So I hope you get an idea about how to use return type, how to use parameters. Parameters can be multiple. Let's say let's say pass another string over here, Akshat. Okay, now I have to take parameter again, string, and let's suppose any variable name, let's say name. If num is greater than 5 and name is equals to Akshat, then print true, else print false. Let's see, it's printing true. Let's change anything over here, like anything. So what does it have to print? Obviously false. So it is printing false. So I hope now it is very clear to you. Use another function which does not have a return type. Okay. So what will be the data type over, data type will come here. It will be void. Void means nothing. Okay, nothing. You don't have to return anything. Let's suppose print hello world, function name. Okay, function name can be anything, just like variable. Okay, I am taking nothing over here. I will just write cout hello world. Okay, oh my god, world, and I will write endl. Okay, now I will just comment it out and I will write cout, and now I have to call a function. So how does we call a function? We write the function name with the round brackets. And now, okay, so guess what is it going to print? hello world. Very good. So now it is printing. So yes, it is printing hello world. Okay, so I guess it is very easy to understand what are functions and how to take parameters and how to return anything based on its return type. So what we can do, we can write a simple code to have a brief idea about what are functions. Okay, so the code will be, we have to print a table of 2 using a function, or table of any number using a function. So let's get started with it. I will remove everything except main. Okay, so let's suppose we have to print anything. So suppose cout will write enter any number, okay. Now I will write cin, take any number. Before inputting I have to declare it. Now I have to print table of this n number. So I will write table of n, and I will pass what? I will pass n. That's it. Now the concept of table will be written over in table function. Okay, I will write void because I don't have to return anything, I have just to print. So I will write table of n, and what is the parameter over here? It is an integer parameter. I will write n since I have to print the table function. So we have understood the loops part also. So let's write how are we going to print a table. So we'll write for table starts with from 1 to 10. Okay, for int I equals to 1, I less than equals to 10, and I plus plus. Okay, I will write cout now n into I and l. That's it. Let's run it. It is asking for my number. I will write 10. So it is printing. We can see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So we can use this function anywhere. Okay, if I run again, okay, if I write 89, so it will print table of 89. Okay, it is printing table of 89. So I have written this piece of code only one time, and it can be reused anywhere in the program. So that is why functions are very necessary to be used in C++ or be it in any other programming language. So this was about functions. Now let's see what are scope. Basically in the starting I said scopes are crucial to understand the variables visibility and its lifetime. And what is lifetime? Let's understand this. I will just remove it again. Now what I can do is I will declare a variable int x equals to 10. Okay, then I will write a block over here. Okay, nothing. I didn't written any condition like if, for, anything. I've just written a block. Okay, now I will write int y equals to 20. I will print, okay, I will print cout y. Okay, so it will print what? I guess 20. Yes, it is printing 20. Okay, now if I print cout equals to y, and just remove this, so it is going to give me an error. And why it is error? Because see, y was not declared in this scope. Okay, so y is declared in what scope? In the scope between 6 to 8, but we have not declared in the scope. So what I have to do? I have to remove this and this. Now if I run again, it will print 20. So you understand what is scope. Now let's take another example. If I write x equals to 20 over here, and if I print x, I have declared 10 over here, I have declared 20 over here, and I have declared x again over here. So what is it is going to print? It will print 20 first, because in this scope x is 20. Okay, and in this scope x is 10. So let's see, 20 and 20. Okay, why does it not change? Why you're thinking? Because x was declared outside. So if we change over here, it will automatically be changed over here. So this is the beauty of scoping. Okay, since it is declared over here, if I again declare over here, okay, let's see now what happens. Now it is changing. Because this x is of this scope and this x is of this scope. So you know, now you know like what is scope and how do we work with scope. So I guess you have understood the concept of functions and scope in C++. I think it might be very challenging for you if you are learning for the first time, but if you try it by your own, you will definitely understand this. Okay, so I have mentioned some homework questions for you in the description. Just try doing that. It will clear all your doubts regarding scopes and functions. Okay, so this was about functions and scopes. So I hope you understand everything in this video, and we'll dive deeper more into C++ in the upcoming videos. Till then, happy coding. Bye bye.